Wait. So you're admitting that the only reason Trump won the election is because of misogyny? You didn't think about that one. Are you saying that the American people spoke and only voted for Trump because men are better leading than women, which is just a misogynistic lie, which I could debunk in like 3 seconds?
I don't know.
So in other words, your only argument is that Donald Trump is a good president, not because of his policy, not because of his character, not because of the direction he wants to take in America in, but rather the only reason he won the election is literally because of a misogynistic lie. We're going to go to get that next Trump supporter up in here right now. If you're a part of the 15.8 thousand people hanging out with us watching the stream for the day, good to have you in here. If you've never seen the live before, my name is Dean Withers, and we debate Trump supporters. We try to get more Americans on the right side of history, because right now they're on the wrong side of history. Welcome in, buddy. Been a while.
Hey, baby girl.
Don't call me baby girl. You could call me Dean. You could call me a lot of things, but don't call me baby girl. It's a little bit weird.
Yeah. It's freedom of speech. Don't take it from me.
Well, you have the ability to call me baby girl. That doesn't mean that I want you to call me baby girl.
I do. Want one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first.
Well, I have the ability to call you spineless cult member, and only one of us would be right.
Hey, you can call me whatever you want to.
Okay, you got it. I'll call you spineless cult member.
That's I'm not going to take away your freedom of speech, bro.
So you're pro-Trump, right?
I am. I'm pro-Republican.
So what do you like about Trump?
You know, it takes a man to lead the country. I totally agree with that.
It takes wait, do you think that like men are like more logical and less emotional than women?
I think the majority of more, let me just say that, more people, the American public spoke on all that, so I don't have to defend what more people seem to think is better for the country.
Wait. So you're admitting that the only reason Trump won the election is because of misogyny?
Yeah.
You didn't think about that one. Silly fucking goose. Silly fucking. Are you saying that the American people spoke and only voted for Trump because men are better leading than women, which is just a misogynistic lie, which I could debunk in like 3 seconds?
I don't know.
So in other words, your only argument is that Donald Trump is a good president, not because of his policy, not because of his character, not because of the direction he wants to take in America in, but rather the only reason he won the election is literally because of a misogynistic lie. And by the way, the reason why it is a misogynistic lie to posit that men are more logical and less emotional than women is because, well, it's just quite frankly false. Not only are women biologically designed to be less emotional and be able to deal with and handle stress better than men because they have thicker spines in the context of the dendrites in their brains because of evolution, giving them that ability to have higher stress and pain tolerance because they can give birth. But we also see this to be empirically true in fields that are dominated by emotion. They're also dominated by men, like violent crime, like suicide, like reckless driving, drunk driving, abusing hard drugs as an unhealthy coping mechanism to deal with and process emotions. Then fields that are dominated by logic are dominated by women, like surgery. AMA told us that if you're performed on by a female compared to a male, you're more likely to have a successful surgery. That was a study done on 1.4 million patients worldwide. And school, they're more likely to get better grades, more degrees. There's a positive association between IQ and emotional regulation of grades. And short-term investment in the stock market. Women think things through better, therefore they perform better in investment. And what else? EQ scores are higher on average. IQ scores are higher on average. So in other words, right, the notion that men are better at leading than women is just a misogynistic lie able to be debunked in around 3 seconds. And you're telling us, that's the reason why Trump won the election. So in other words, Trump won the election on a lie.
Oh, man. Wow. You said a whole lot there that I didn't say, that you're trying to force down my throat, and I don't appreciate it. So
the only person who's trying to force anything down your throat is the shit Donald Trump stuffs down it every day.
Do you mind if I speak, or are you just going to interrupt me?
No, I don't mind. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'll ask you this. Do you remember what I said in the beginning as to why I voted for Donald Trump?
Yeah, he said because you support Trump, you support Republicans, and I think that a man needs to lose.
I'm sorry, I got a phone call. You'll have to, no. I said because men need to lead the country, is what I said.
Why?
What are you going to do, interrupt me and go on a 5-minute monologue as to...
No, I just asked you why.
But yet, you got what, 47, 48 million people that agree with me?
I'm just asking you why you think...
Are you arguing with them, or are you arguing with me?
I'll argue with all of y'all, and I'll beat you all too. So okay. Why do you think we need a man to lead? So why do you think we need a man to lead?
Well, that's just my personal opinion.
Well, can you give like reason for the opinion, or is it baseless?
Well, I mean, you see, how'd Hillary do? Not too good. What about Sarah Palin? How'd she do?
Would you
Not too good.
would you argue that Hillary didn't do too good because she's a woman?
Dean. I wasn't done. Do you mind?
How'd Biden
Do you
do?
mind?
How'd Biden do?
Do you mind?
How'd Biden
Do you
do?
mind?
How'd Biden do?
Do you mind?
No.
Do you mind?
No. How'd Biden do?
mind?
No. How'd Biden do?
Do you mind?
No. How'd Biden do?
Just no. So
How'd Biden do?
Okay.
How'd Biden do, Mr. Trump supporter? How'd Biden do, Mr. Trump supporter? How did Biden do, Mr. Trump supporter? How did Biden do? How did Biden do?
Say it louder.
How did Biden do? How did Biden do?
Say it louder.
How did Biden do?
Calm down. Stop
I'm
crashing
calm.
out, Dean.
I'm calm. Answer my question. How do you think Biden did?
Crashing out, bro.
Why won't you answer the question? How do you think
Calm
Biden
down.
did? Because according to your logic, you'd have to say, well, because he's a man.
No, let's back up.
According to your logic, you'd have to say that Biden did good because he's a man, because you're using the example of Hillary Clinton, arguing that she did poorly because she's a woman. Therefore, because Biden's a man, he did good. But obviously, right, you're a Trump supporter. You think that Biden was like a traitor to the nation, like terrible president, caused inflation, terrible, right? Therefore, you'd argue that he did bad just like Hillary did bad, thereby disputing your logic that men are better at leading than women and your evidence for it. So once again, I will ask you one last time, how did Biden do?
But we're not there yet, Dean.
Yes, we are.
See,
how did Biden do?
I got to Hillary Clinton,
Right.
Sarah
How did Biden
Palin,
do?
and then you have redirected the conversation.
Are you scared to answer the question, little bro?
Are you scared to let me finish?
No, I
baby
want
girl?
you to answer my question, little bro. How did Biden do?
I know what you want.
How did
I know what
Biden
you
do?
want, but I
Are we
asked you,
gonna
you
do
scared
this again?
Huh?
Or are we seriously gonna do
you're
this
doing
again?
it, Dean.
Oh my God.
You're totally doing it, Dean.
Oh right. Boom.
You're totally doing it.
Boom.
You're totally doing
Doing
it.
it again.
Yeah, there you are. You always do it, Dean. How do you do it and then play the victim? That's so funny. That's so feminine. That's so feminine. The American people have spoken. There's a reason we haven't had a female run the country. I don't know what it is, and you don't either. You can come with all your facts and statistics, but the reality is men realize that, and about 25 to 50% of the women agree also. So there you go. Start your timer for your monologue, and let's see how far you get.
Okay, I'm gonna respond and debunk that all. But before I do, how do you think Biden did as president?
No, you have to speak on what I'm talking about.
I will after you answer the question. It's just one word. Did Biden do good? Did Biden do bad?
No, it don't work that way. See, we were taking the conversation in one direction.
Wait, sir. You actually said that after I
Dean,
started the timer.
It would be very polite if you'd let other people. Are you not going to stop the timer when you interrupt?
I just want to make sure that you can answer the question. What's the answer to the question?
But we haven't got to a question.
Yeah,
I've
been asking this for the last 10 minutes.
Because you went on a 3-minute monologue and muted my mic.
Hey, sir, I've been asking this question for the last 10 minutes. How do you think Biden did as president?
I love it.
Okay, so by the way, everybody, what you're witnessing today is Trump supporters having an inability to answer my question because they know I'm smarter than them, and they know that I've debunked their argument. So the reason why he doesn't want to give like a cogent response to the question that I'm asking, which would seriously just be a yes or no, is because in doing so, he'd refute his own logic. He suggested that Hillary did poorly, therefore women are bad at leading. But when he suggests that Biden did poorly, which of course would be how he feels since he's a Trump supporter, he's refuting that own logic. Now, I guess I'll just go ahead and respond to everything he said, right? So hopefully we could open the door wider to him answering the question on top of the phone screen. So he suggested, well, guess what? We've seen a lot of men like vote against women. We've seen a lot of men do this and that, right? And the women lost, the people spoke. So point number one, you're appealing to what like majority of individuals think, or a lot of individuals think. It's called an ad populist fallacy. Just because a lot of people think something doesn't mean that it's true. Like, for instance, for most of human history, people thought the earth was flat. That didn't mean that the earth was actually flat. For most of human history, they thought that it was totally morally acceptable for a 45-year-old man to sleep with a 14-year-old girl. That doesn't mean that it was actually acceptable for a 45-year-old man to sleep with a 14-year-old girl. In fact, using your logic, you'd be forced into the conclusion that child rape is okay, right? Which, of course, is something you might already think since you're a dirty Trump supporter. But more so just to respond to why a lot of people in general do do think that men are better at leading than women in society today is because of the perpetuation of the patriarchy, the perpetuation of systemic misogyny, and the perpetuation of a lie as old as time, which is that men are better than women. I believe this lie is inherently rooted within the male ego and you wanting to have a better self-image of yourself. But because men are less emotionally mature on average when compared to women, you don't cope with this like fact of wanting a good self-image maturely. You don't cope with this fact of wanting to give self-image by bettering yourself. Instead, you cope with this fact of wanting a better self-image by projecting your own insecurities onto the women around you. So at the end of the day, you can say, well, in relativity to the inferior women that I've deemed as inferior, I as a superior man am better than them. Therefore, I'm better than 50% of society. But ultimately speaking, once we start exploring the nuances, the facts, and the reason behind this claim that men are better than women, that men are better at leading than women, we come up shorthanded. This is why I was able to give you around a 3-minute reduction on that claim, detailing every single reason why it's false, going through the science, going through the empirics, going through the underlying biology, and you were only able to respond to, well, guess what? There's also a lot of other misogynistic men that agree with me. So I guess my question response would A, be, how do you think Biden did? And B, it would be, well, does this mean that if you were teleported back into the world 500 years ago, where vast majority of all people alive thought that child rape was okay, that you would argue that because of that, therefore it was okay? Go ahead. By the way, the timer's still running.
It's running your mute button, bro.
No response. No response. Get cooked. Get cooked, Grandpa. literally no fucking response. He's literally silent. Nothing to say? Come on, I thought that you're a big, strong man with a big brain, big IQ, and great leadership ability. You don't have a single response? Oh, I think that you... Yeah, so what is a response? What is it?
I have a response.
Yeah.
Number one, respect your guests more than interrupt them all.
Okay, I'll respect you as soon as you respect women. I don't know if that day will ever come.
No, it's not about respect for women. It's the facts.
Okay. Well, if it was a fact, then you'd be able to argue it. If it was a fact, then you'd be able to respond to my counter argument. If it was a fact, then you'd be able to like recognize, right, like the simple logical fallacies that exist in your argument, such as the notion, right, that like for whatever reason, just because a lot of people believe something, it doesn't make it true. If it was a fact, then you'd be able to give me like one shred of evidence, right? So obviously, we're not going to call it a fact. You're basically arguing that you think it's a fact because you think it's a fact, right? Like, I mean, like literally, like the logic of a toddler.
Well, we already conceded on the whole abortion thing. Okay, so if you would stop muting and have a grown folks conversation,
okay,
we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I simply said, hold on, just listen, Dean. I simply said that I personally feel like men and the country as a whole decided that men be better than women. Okay. Also.
So could you respond to the counter argument that I gave you?
Okay, I can.
Then do it.
Facts speak for themselves. There's a reason that women have never been president of the United States.
Okay, so would you argue if a white supremacist said in 2007 that there's a reason why a black person has never been the president of the United States of America is because black people are worse at leading than white people?
That doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about. Nice pivot.
Okay, yeah, for sure it does. Because what we're doing is we're taking your argument, we're taking it outside of the dynamic of gender, and we're putting it inside of the dynamic of race. If your logic wouldn't track in the dynamic of race, then it wouldn't track in the dynamic of gender. I'm so sorry that I have to explain logic to you like you're 5, but I understandably so, because only 5-year-olds think that men are better at leading than women.
Let's see if I'm muted.
Well, I mean, I muted you metaphorically with an argument you can't respond to.
For once, I'm not muted. Do you see how I listen to them? Okay, so like I said, gender and race are not the same.
Okay, so what is the relevant difference between gender and race? So what is the relevant difference between gender and race?
Baby girl.
Hey, one second.
Stop.
What is the relevant difference between gender and race that means because we've never had a woman president that therefore women are worse at leading than men? But in 2007, although we never had a black president, black people are not worse at leading than white people, right? I would argue that there's no relevant distinction between gender and race in a conversation about if one race or if one gender is better at leading than another race or another gender, because I believe that both gender and race have absolutely no relevance and bear no input into one's leadership ability. So thereby, because these two dynamics, right, of race and gender would be relevant within all senses to your argument, because your logic does not hold up in the context of race, therefore it wouldn't hold up in the context of gender either. Now, if you'd like to refute, right, what I'm saying, which is, by the way, objectively true, feel free to refute it by telling me the relevant distinctions between gender and race that means gender is relevant to one's leadership ability, but race is not. And hopefully the conclusion here is that neither are relevant, not that race is too. I'm not trying to convince you to be racist.
Okay, let's start here. First off, stop muting.
I'll do what I want. But that's my right, right?
Childish.
Earlier you defended calling me baby girl by saying it was your right to do so. Well, it's my right to meet you.
Baby girl.
Right, I think that you need to suck it up. It's my right to meet you. Deal with it.
Oh, calm down, Dean.
I'm calm. I'm just exercising my rights.
Calm down. Hey,
Oh, wait, I'm calm? Wait, are you saying that I'm emotional?
Get your anxiety pill.
Wait. So you're saying that I'm emotional,
Calm
right?
down. Calm down. I just said calm down.
Okay, calm down from what?
Calm down.
Calm down from what? Calm down from what? Calm down from what? Calm down from what? Calm down from my emotions? Wait, but I'm a man, and I thought that you were arguing that men aren't emotional.
What? You noticed when we got...
Can you come closer to your mic, little bro?
You noticed when we got a male, when we got our first, whatever y'all, black, African American, I mean, God, heaven forbid, I don't use the right word, but whatever, it still ended up being a man. Is that weird?
Oh, okay. So then, once again, what makes men better at leading than women?
What? I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, wait. So if you don't know that men are better at leading than women, then how do you know that men are better at leading than women? Fucking idiot. Oh my God, this guy has 3 brain cells. I don't know. My name is Buddy, and I don't know. I don't know what makes men better at leading than women. Then how do you know men are better at leading than women?
The most votes turned in for any president was a black man.
That's not true.
So
It's for
what's your
Biden.
argument? What's your
That's not that. I wish it was for Obama.
That's fake. We all know it was. Man, they were busting them in to vote for that dude. Come on, man, stop the cap.
Oh, so you think that the 2020 election was fake? All right, chat. Let's go and host a quick poll. Is this guy like worth continuing to talk to? Like, is he? Like, just to be honest, you can be honest. Is he worth continuing to talk to? No. All right, let's go and get him out of here. Why has everybody like this come up today? Like, just like undeniably insufferable. Like, it's fucking nuts, crazy. Like everybody. Oh my god. So insufferable. You know, it's definitely a skill that I've developed to keep my cool in these scenarios. It's just like nearly impossible.